and help this team win even more games.
Well, he has certainly done just that in his career. And Levine on the drive and stolen away by Melton. Book gets tied up and finds the trailing Ayton. Let's take a look at our keys to the game, EJ.
Well, match the athleticism of the Bulls. I mean, they can has gotten to over the last few weeks be good to show and reward here back at home. Beat Devin Booker to a ball in the scoring zone.
Nice soft touch there for 8 points, 5 boards before being ejected against the Pelicans. Is done. Gets into the. Here is Markkanen, who has really elevated his play since 3 Chicago Bulls players.
He's going to be special. And that's why the future is bright for the Bulls. That's the sun. I mean,
nice soft touch.
Side eye on Harrison, who's always in the picture defensively.
And the Bulls put together a 13-4 scoring run until Bulls won the first meeting between these two clubs as Booker.
It's been a while.
Bulls come in here having dropped.
It is a low voice, you know, in a sense, kind of coddle a little bit, you know, give them respect, you know, treat them from a business perspective. Well, Jim Boyle, he'll curse you out and hug you. I mean, they had to get used to that, and they weren't used to it, and they fought it initially. And
pull them aside and show them exactly what he's talking about in terms of fixing their mistakes.
Yeah, Tyler certainly had an impact out there on the floor, and he said that no doubt that watching Tyler all those games as a starter and then listening to him on the bench as we move in on a minute to go in his opening quarter. And tough pull-up
back in the fray after that two-man game. I mean, he is just so quick defensively.
Check Harrison winding up and throws that. Teammate of Cale Bridges, Ryan Arcidiacono. Tough spin and gets the finish. Tonight, no Tyler Johnson, no Rashawn Holmes, no Kelly Oubre Jr. As Wayne Self,
big boy. And Aiton's got his work cut out dealing with that guy.
6'10", 280. And just as overpowered as you could bet that was written on the whiteboard in their locker room tonight as Josh Jackson brings a little physicality. And a steal in his 29 minutes. Crawford can't finish the job. Well, I know one of the things that you've talked about with Melton and some of the other younger players is able to clear it away.
Well, you knew Josh was going to do that. Josh balanced in that. I think that he has to continue to work on.
Crawford diving in, comes away with a steal. Finds Daniels spinning, firing.
Get better. Enjoy the ride.
Markkanen. And they've really made improvement in points in the paint. As Selden able to get inside and get Booker, and we kind of laughed about it last week in Houston, where Book really has taken the page out of James Harden's play. He's 5 of 6 here tonight. Bulls with their biggest lead. Daniels with an off-balance wild runner across the lane, and Ayton inside multiple steal games as a Bull. And 25 this season, both as the Bulls at nearly 56%. Is Markkanen turning the corner, and he's met there by a former Arizona Wildcat. Triggers a transition opportunity. Bender inside with the follow. 29 minutes. You mentioned Bulls dropping 5 straight. Jackson on the spin against Harrison, and a pretty finish. See, Bender thought about the 3. Nice cut there for Bridges. I'll run the Spartan.
Well, whatever that is.
Those triathletes are very different. 37% from beyond the arc on the season, averaging almost 24 points per game. 34 minutes a game is on the season. Markin on a drive, well contested, and gets
this touch.
Aiden had taken a peek inside. Turns it over, sets up Harrison.
The Bulls really aren't.
Is a unique hairstyle, if you want to call it a style, is you're going to now in 16 of the last 18 contests. And he had just done that 10 times in the previous 45 games.
Coach under Rudy Tomjanovich, so he'll keep going down inside.
Well, and he spent some time in San Antonio, so he's been part of Threeton, with Booker able to get back.
That's the thing that's always going to hold Harrison back. His offensive game is not up to par as it should be. Josh should take whatever it is.
Suns will take whatever it is Robin Lopez taking everything.
And maybe he can be the difference here in the fourth quarter.
He talked earlier. Marketing with 10 has scored in double figures now 30 consecutive games. That's the longest straight double-digit efforts during that MVP campaign back in 2010 and 11. As Aiden, DA 22 minutes, 14 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists. Booker play host to Washington and Utah later this week. Jackson spots up for the 3. Levine squares, fires,
any energy at all.
Levine flirting with a triple-double. Aiden on the drive inside. Levine on the step back.
It's just a smooth jumper that's really quick, and I think it's deceiving.
Lob up top, nothing deceiving about it. Booker working off of the Aiden side.
Well, the Bulls now have a 2-for-1. The Suns could have had one, but now they do.
And
Crawford really come down there and get a quick shot right away.
Booker raising up and rips it from Ray Jr. coming off of that career-high 32-point night in New Orleans as DeAndre Ayton opens a quarter with a smothering block of Blakeney. Sets up Crawford's three-point shot, and down it goes. Proud to own the three-point zone. Selden gets it blocked 2 stops away from getting it into single digits, but that's what has transpired each time. And Blakeney with a thunderous.
Has been that guy here in the quarter.
Good ball movement. They set up a wide open corner 3 from Johnson. Trying to snap a 5-game losing streak. And Blakeney's played well off the bench. He's hit some big shots for him. But it's been plays like that that have been backbreakers here for the Suns in their effort to try to rally.
Well, when you overplay and you don't get the steal, it just opens up your.
Blakeney part of a Bulls bench that's contributed with 37. They had 49 last night. And Mikal Bridges. Here's Markkanen back on the floor, joining Lopez and Levine. And
I mean, he's really all the way down here.
He's been there much of the night. Has done.
You know, and he was up in the gym with me every day, just keeping me right.
Shaq Harrison. You won't get any argument from anybody who's had to face him. As Markkanen. Time not on the side of the Suns here. As Ayton has it. 22 for Robin Lopez, 7 assists.
And he doesn't even have, one foul. And doesn't have a foul.
Markkanen on its, as we talked at the top of the telecast about what used to be the wild scream as he drives to the basket. Here is Levine. He was able to sneak it up.
As well as Markkanen.
Daniels handcuffed, drops it off to Ayton. Hayden Wiggness, fine producer of tonight's telecast. Talented director Dan Siegman, Eddie Dean, Brandon Janellis,